Live this morning in Woodland Park, Colorado. A little fresh cup of coffee. It's a good morning. You wake up, I'm gonna be honest with you. You wake up and Trump put money in your account and you have a little notification from the government saying, here's you some money. You tend to have an optimistic morning. Most of my mornings, so I'll be honest with you, I can be very, very cheery and happy and go lucky and positive and optimistic. But when you have companies that owe you money, like people who owe me money, and you understand why they can't pay that money, right? You're in the same situation they are in. And so you want to be upset at them. But on the flip side, I'm like, yeah, but I owe people money. So, and I can't pay those people money right now because people owe me money. and they've been optimistic. There is this old proverb about a master who like leaves and he entrusts people with his money, his land. And one guy goes and buries the money and keeps it safe. The other guy actually goes out and invests it and doubles his money and brings them, and then the master comes home from a far off land and the master goes to collect. And one guy gives him over the amount of money. He was a good steward with his money. And the other guy buried his money and the master got upset. The same story goes that a guy was forgiven a debt, right? He was forgiven a big, big debt by his master. And then he went out to a guy who owed him just a little bit and he couldn't pay. So he took his house and his animals. And so everyone is in that situation normally. We all owe people money, whether it just be our bills or whether it be something we've taken a loan out for. We all owe people money. We're all in this situation, but never before in history have we all been like, for a fact that the people that owe you money, they owe people money. And the people that you owe money to probably owe people money. And so it's crazy to be in this little world that we live in. I haven't let it get me down, or it hasn't frightened me, or it hasn't scared me. But when the government comes through and puts money in your bank, you all of a sudden have a little bit more optimism. You're like, that dude actually did it. I don't know what that money's good for, but it's in the bank account now, and there's a little bit of optimism. So good. Listen, I don't know who you vote for, what your political stance is. I don't even care. Good on the government. Good on you, boys. Good on you, Trump. And we'll see what happens 2 months or 3 months from now. We'll see what happens when the world is falling apart. Trump's going to be like, damn it, I put money in your bank account. You're supposed to save that, or you're supposed to use that. We'll see what happens as the world goes forward. But today, the sun is out and Trump put money in my bank account, which has got to piss off some people, because there's a lot of haters that think I don't pay taxes. If you have ever donated to me, I pay taxes on what you give. If I have ever worked a job, I pay taxes on what I give. I live by a philosophy that is, all that money is Trump's anyway, or the government's anyway. By the way, money has nothing to do with the provision for my family. I want you guys to understand that my provision doesn't even come by the work of my own hand. That's how I've always lived. Whether or not you live that way, I don't worry about tomorrow, because I know that the Father in heaven feeds the birds of the air. He is not going to let dad with the phone and family starve. This is how I've always lived my life. And I have, as a matter of fact, I've been audited 3 times. Here's why I was audited. The first time I was audited, I made like 80 G's when I was 16 years old rodeoing, and I didn't pay a dime on them. 17, I made a bunch of money rodeoing, never paid a dime on it. 18, bunch of money, never paid a dime on it. 19, the government showed up. Hey, remember those mobsters you were working for? They were paying you in cash. Well, they claimed all that. Oh, shit. I was 16. I'm a minor. I didn't know about taxes. That's what I told my granddad. So listen, the government has, so I just find it funny because I got a check today from the government, and I actually haven't filed my 2019 taxes or my 2020 taxes. No, 2019 taxes. I actually haven't filed them because one of the companies I'm waiting on I'm waiting on like whatever, the 1099 from them, and they haven't even sent the 1099. They have sent it, but they sent the wrong one. So I was waiting on some paperwork, and then the government went and gave me an extension. They were like, oh yeah, you don't have to file till June. I'm like, good, because I'm gonna owe y'all some money. So anyway, an optimism today. Can I just say that? Can I wake up and listen? My trust, my provision doesn't come from the government. It doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. But when the government puts money in your bank account and you got a fresh cup of hot coffee, I don't know what it is. But I woke up with an optimism and sat a little higher today. Then I got this cool video. All right. Who's in here from YouTube? I want to do something real quick, and y'all got to help me out. I don't do this a lot. And when I do this, I would love for you guys to help me. Now, I don't know how this is going to work because I need to find my subscriptions. I want you guys to go subscribe to somebody's YouTube channel for me. If you will do this for me, it will. He has 6 subscribers now. This kid is awesome, and you will enjoy. He just put up a video. I'm gonna call him the Bird King. And I'm going to put I would like for him to have over 100 subscribers by the end of the day. It would make this kid's day. He watches dad with a phone, and I tell his dad, they're personal friends of ours. I tell his dad, don't be letting him watch dad with a phone. That's terrible. You can't be my shit is not rated for children. And he watches dad with the phone. But I'm about to put his link in the description right here. And I would love for you to go. First of all, this could be Ella's future husband. These two have been sending phone messages back and forth, I think. So I'm going to put it in the description, and I just want y'all to go subscribe to his channel. I told him I could get him 10,000 subscribers, and I probably lied. But we should be able to get him 100 subscribers, and that will make him happy. We got to at least, if I could get him 1,000 subscribers by the end of I'm probably going to start pushing his channel. I'm about to link it in the description. He is a cutie. So y'all, you grandmas, don't be trying to pinch the screen, because this kid is a cutie, and he's a friend of ours, and he's hilarious. I don't know what he says on his channel. He may cuss, because he has a little potty mouth, his dad told me. And I told him, I said, dude, I can't be sending subscribers over to your channel if you're going to be cussing. So I don't know how his channel is. I haven't watched all his videos. I've encouraged him to do more about his birds, because his family has a a bunch of birds, and they're just cool, like the cool macaws and the parrots, and they rescue and foster birds and stuff. And so anyway, I'm gonna link his channel. I don't want y'all to leave me, because y'all will leave me for this kid. He is a cutie. So it's in the description. You can go over to his channel on YouTube. He also has a Facebook page I just saw. And so you can also go you can go check him out on Facebook. I'll put him as a featured channel. It's Wyatt Seeley. And he is a little blonde kid with birds. You guys will have fun with him. So there you go. He only had 6 subscribers. So when I just went to his channel, he only had 6 subscribers. We ought to be able to get him at least 100 subscribers. You're not going to be disappointed in this kid. And so go subscribe to his channel, because he's cool and he's a Dad with the Phone follower. He watches all Dad with the Phone stuff, even if he probably shouldn't watch Dad with the Phone. Yes, he's 7 years old. Maybe he's 7 now. Somebody said he's 7. Yeah, he is 7. But Ella said he's a short 7. Cussing and cockatoos. Definitely. That could be his name. He has a bunch of little birds. So anyway, he sent Ella a message, or his dad videoed him today and sent me a message, and then we sent him a private, we did a public Facebook, me and Ella, for Wyatt. So y'all should go subscribe. Optimism is a great thing to wake up with. I'm telling you, even when it's the government that you're feeling optimistic about. You guys have listened to me long enough to that, like, or some of you have listened to me long enough. Some of you are just here for the first time, and y'all going to be like, what the hell's going on? It just blows my mind. I wasn't even looking. I wasn't expecting. I wasn't even wanting. All of a sudden, bam. Little optimism comes in your inbox. So there you go. I had some questions about yesterday's videos. A couple of people had questions about Lori Vallow's video. And let me think if I can think of those questions. People were sending me messages all night last night after... let me see here. I guess I could have pulled them up on this, but 1200 G Casey says $1,200 would make me optimistic. Yeah, and I got a family of 5. Now, the math should have been something like, first of all, did y'all see the people? Okay, here's the deal. Yesterday, I guess there was a dude somewhere. I don't know where he was at. He went to his bank account and he had $8 million in it. Like the government stimulus screwed up and they sent him $8 million. Now, had I woke up with $8 million in my bank account, it would have immediately been transferred to Panama. I would have gone dark, and you never would have saw Dad with the Phone again. I'm just being honest. Had I woke up with $8 million in my bank account, you would have never seen me again. I wouldn't have called the news. I wouldn't have took a screenshot. I would have gone and withdrawn 10,000, or I would have expanded my limits. I would have been like, listen, I'm buying a house. I'm trying to buy a house. I'm buying a house cash during this thing. Listen, you can report to the government that I took out more than $10,000. Give me 100,000, and then I'm transferring the rest to the freaking Panama. I'm going to Panama, kids. So if I disappear because of a stimulus mistake, y'all know I went to Panama and then I disappeared into the wild blue yonder. That dude had $8 million. Golly. I would have shut up, bro. You start open, you take 1,000 out today, 1,000 out tomorrow. If Trump makes a mistake, I'm going to feel more optimistic. Today they deposited, I guess, the right amount for a family of 5. And I was right under the cutout. I was right under, which was who knew what was going to happen. I don't ever trust the government. I don't trust the government. I feel more optimistic today. Had I had $8 million put in my account, I would have been like, oh, Trump's my president. Come on. What? See, if he would have kept quiet, didn't say nothing, I'm sure his bank would have caught it, right? I'm sure the bank would have caught it. But what would the bank have done? Would they have called the federal government up and been like, hey, y'all gave this dude $8 million? $8 million in your bank account on a morning. Y'all would, I couldn't have. I would have smashed my phone. I would have gotten rid of all my computers. I literally would. I told Nikki this morning, I was like, man, if that would have been 8 million, baby, we would have disappeared. Like, we would have taken out 100,000 at least. I would have talked my bank into 100,000. I would have told them I'm buying a house, cash money. I don't know what I would have done. I would have transferred it to PayPal. I would have gone, transfer to my PayPal. Boom. Transfer to PayPal. Transfer to Panama. I've been watching too much Ozark. I'd have been like, we're going to the Ozarks. Oh, I would have been so tempted. A moral dilemma. I would have had no moral dilemma whatsoever. I would have been like, thank you, Jesus, for the bank mistake of the IRS. Thank you, Jesus. It's a miracle. I'd have been like, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. I would have had zero moral dilemma. That's how wicked I am. I told y'all, I am more wicked than most. I told you, $8 million goes into my account on a government mistake. Thank you, Father. I knew you controlled the government. I knew it. Oh. I like to know what shows you like to watch. I don't watch a lot of shows until quarantine, right? So Tiger King, I actually just watched episode 8. If you haven't seen episode 8, it's much like, you're going to feel like you're watching YouTube. My daughter even said, Dad, is this on YouTube or Netflix? Because it's video chat with some of the people from Tiger King. Tiger King's a must. I am a big fan. I did start rewatching The Wire because I was a Wire fan when you had to wait every week to watch it. And so The Wire, and that's it's like a long episode. It's about the drug war. It's a really good show. The Wire. Ozark, the writing in Ozark, I don't understand. Like, I sat through one episode. It was halfway through. It was the episode where the old man that lived in the basement, spoiler alert, the episode where the old man that lived in the basement was either about to die or he died in that episode. There were so many little nuggets of truth, so many, one that always you can never, and this applies to me and chat, like I'm talking to you now, right? I took it as how it applies to me is you cannot please everyone. You have to act. You cannot react. That was the quote, right? You cannot please everyone, Marty. You have to act, not react. Welcome to Dad with a Phone, where I will never please everyone and I will never react to you guys. Now, some people are like, oh, bullcrap. I seen you do a whole show on haters. No. I did a whole show on haters, or I talk about the things I want to talk about when I want to talk about them. I'm acting on them, not reacting to them. So, Brilliant writing. Ozark has I'm not even talking about the show. You might not even like the show. There are things that I don't like in the show. But the writing, the guys who sat down and wrote that show, brilliant. Brilliant. So Ozark, I watched the movie The Platform. That's on Netflix. That's a good flick. That's kind of a new good flick. What's another show I've watched all like seasons? I was a Sons of Anarchy guy. I watched the Sons of Anarchy. Um, I watched what's other Dexter. Dexter's one of my all-time favorite shows. I've actually rewatched the first couple of seasons this past couple of years. Like maybe the last year I've started like rewatching the seasons. I'll watch like 4 or 5 episodes or something. But I haven't done a lot of TV. I haven't done a ton of TV. I saw a story once where a couple had money put in their account by mistake. They let it sit there for a while to see if it been removed. It wasn't. And they went on a spending spree. They ended up getting caught, have to repay all the money, and got jail time for theft. No way. If I have extra in my account, I know it's not supposed to be there. I'm going to my bank, getting that out quick. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. If I had 8 million and there was a way that I could transfer that 8 million to another account and then transfer it down to an offshore account where I knew the government maybe couldn't grab it, they could flag your accounts. Hashtag the Ozark. But if there was a way to get it out, like I don't know what I would do with 8 million, where I would put it. But if I deal in a lot of cash now, like I still deal in a lot of cash. And so if I could deal with cash, I could find some place to hide it. Yeah, I could put it in a morgue or something. But yeah, I probably would never see, or I would just come back on and act normal, and I just have 8 million in my coffin or whatever. But it would have been fun. I would have like just spent it like I didn't know. Like I would have just started spending it like I didn't know. Like buy a brand new truck. Oh, I didn't know. I just let y'all run my card. I'd buy a slightly used truck. Probably not even a truck. I'd probably buy a slightly used Jeep Rubicon. Yeah, that's if I could go spend 25, 30 grand, 40 grand on a vehicle, I'd buy me a used, tricked out Jeep Rubicon. Trump. Or I'd buy me one of those electric trucks from Elon Musk for sure. I think the next stimulus needs to be everybody gets a Tesla, Trump. Everybody gets a Tesla. And if they turn their gas-powered vehicle in, like if you take the old red Jeep, then I get the pick of the lot of Tesla. It doesn't matter what vehicle you have. If you turn in a gas-powered vehicle and Trump gives you a Tesla, you get the pick of the lot. You could have a Roadster. You could have the minivan. You could have the truck. You could have the S model. If you don't have a vehicle, you still get a Tesla, but they get to pick which one. You get like the standard model. This would be a great stimulus, Elon. You could help us. And then we could start building electric plants. We could start working on the infrastructure of the electric grid, the U.S. electric grid. We could start putting alternative electrical sources out, solar panels. You could give everyone Tesla solar panels. If you gave everyone Tesla solar panels and Tesla batteries for their homes and gave everyone a Tesla, we could destroy the fuel market overnight. It's already at rock bottom. You won't even get blamed for that much. It's already at rock bottom. The oil and gas right now are flipping out. Gas is so damn cheap. So do it now, Tesla. Stimulate the economy by giving everybody a Tesla. God, the Trump 2020, Elon Musk for vice president. Everybody gets a Tesla. Everybody gets a Tesla. That would be fun. I'm just saying. Y'all probably tripping out right now. Oh, we'll see you, Marcy. I would pass. I'll take an Outback. That's funny. Subaru national vehicle of Colorado, the state vehicle. Mattress companies are into money laundering. No doubt. That's probably legit. If I owned a mattress company, I'd totally be into money laundering. Think about it. I don't know how long you've had your bed, right? But it ain't like you're buying a bed every year. Maybe you are. I don't buy a bed every year. So the mattress company to me is something that would make a good laundering scheme, because how many mattresses do they actually sell every year? And you can chip the money in mattresses. Had my vote before the Tesla. Oh, there you go. Oh, anyone know what to make of Trump denouncing the Who? I don't know. Who's the Who? Oh, you mean the band The Who? I don't know. Listen, we have a reality TV star as our president. You know what that does for me? You know what it does for me? It doesn't matter who that reality TV star is. What it does for me is it takes me back to my youth that says you can do anything in life. You can even become president. That's really what it does. Obama didn't do that for me. He was a politician before. He was bred into it. But Trump took me back to when I was a kid, and it's like anybody can be president. For real. Maybe you need a lot of money. It doesn't matter. We have a reality TV star as our president. Obtainable. I could be your next reality TV star, and then 5 years down the road, I could run for president. Truth. That's a truth. So I don't, come on. Is Trump a good businessman? He knows every legal loophole in the book to avert the government of their money. So yeah, he's a good businessman. He knows every legal loophole to keep money from going to the government. Now what he's done is he's flipped it. He's become the government. He's like, we got a lot of legal loopholes we need to close down for people like me, or we have a lot of things we need to open up, right? If you're into dirt, if you're into the dirt, right? If you're one of those people that is like, by God, I'm American. I was born on dirt, even though I didn't have a choice. I didn't get to choose my mama, my daddy, my grandma. I didn't get to choose any of that, but I was born on this dirt, by God, and this dirt is the best dirt on earth, and I'm going to protect it and close everything. If that's who you are, right? There's nothing wrong with being that person, by the way. I just make fun of those people a little bit. And I'm more making fun of like the Texan versus the Coloradoan, or the Texan versus New Mexico, or New Mexico. You know, people get so attached to the dirt they were born on, right? And so if you're that person, you love Trump because Trump's like, shut her down. We want to be America. Like, we want to be the capital. I think of it as the Hunger Games. And that's probably because I just watched the Hunger Games. I just watched all the Hunger Games with Isley the other day with my middle child. She's a 11-year-old, about to be 12. And we watched the Hunger Games together, and America reminds me of like, hey, when are we going to get our districts? We even were joking about this when this whole quarantine thing started. Well, I'm in the capital, by the way, because I think Denver and Colorado is the capital. There is a trick so there's an old proverb that says that the men of the Father, the men of God, is what it says. The men of God move to the mountains. That's what the Bible says. And so I live at 8,500 feet in the mountains. So we have just become the smart people move to the mountains. I'm just telling you. See, that's that dirt thing, right? Y'all catch that? My dirt's better than your dirt. In this case, my dirt really is better than your dirt. Like, I got Pikes Peak, I got mountains, I got lakes and beautiful scenery. It's the dirt thing. So if you're a dirt person, is probably your dude because he loves this dirt. There's no doubt in my mind that Trump doesn't love America in a sense of there's this prideful lust love over America. No doubt in my mind. I don't have a question about if I was standing there and a Chinese person from China was standing there. This isn't racism. He is a dirt person. That's what people don't understand. This isn't about racism. This is about dirt. If you go to China, if you go to the Orient, you're going to be a white person amongst a lot of Oriental people. You're going to be amongst a lot of Asian people, whatever the proper term is, right? You're going to feel out of place. But if you come here, you don't ever feel out of place. Or maybe they feel a little racism from their president. Maybe they feel a little racism from whatever. But in general, you can walk amongst the states, whether you're black, white, yellow, red, any of that, and you don't feel like you would feel in other countries. I promise you. Even though we have racism is very much alive. And legalized slavery is very much alive. I've talked about this through the prison system. Trump is a dirt person. He's not a racist. That's the best way I can put it. Like, he's a dirt person. He's proud of the dirt he's on. If that's racism, it might be nationalism. They might have a special term for it, but I don't look at Trump as a racist. I look at Trump as a businessman who knew how to swindle the government, which isn't illegal. Like, he did it legally, because if he hadn't done it legally, his ass would be in jail right now. You guys know that, right? Y'all know that if he had done some swindling shit that wasn't legal, they would have got his ass. And so I don't know why I'm talking about Trump. Oh, because we were talking about the stimulus crap. Anyway. There you go. That's what I just said. He's not racist, but he's a dirt person. He loves the dirt here in America. I'm an American, right? I love my dirt. You know that El Paso, Texas. This is the best example that I can give you that people are not human. They don't love humans. They love their dirt. El Paso, Texas. There is a river. There's a border that is 50 feet wide that separates El Paso, Texas from Juarez, Mexico. Juarez, Mexico has 4,000 murders a year, give or take, cartel, right? 50 feet across, they have 400 murders a year in El Paso, Texas. This tells you that people are dirt people. As long as it ain't happening on my dirt, don't give a damn. I love my dirt here in Texas. El Paso, 400 murders, 50 feet away. Juarez, Mexico, 4,000 murders. If people really loved people, they'd fix that shit, right? Somehow. They don't. People are dirt. They love dirt. They love the dirt they were born on. They'll fight for the dirt they were born on. It is what it is. I'm a dirt person. I already told you this. I already told you I'm a dirt person. I live on the best dirt on the face of the planet, especially in this country. Trust me, the Rocky Mountains, come on. Nobody argues that shit. The mountains are the best. I like the beach, but we ain't got a beach here. I'm a mountain person. Somebody says Trump's the best president we've ever had. I don't know about all that. But I don't know about all that. He gave me some optimism today, though. I ain't going to lie. Listen, if you're just joining, I started this off by, it's like optimism day, right? I woke up to an alert on my phone. You have account activity. Bullshit. How can I have account activity? I ain't even done nothing in 30 days. I know them some bitches didn't pay me. They ain't got no money to pay me. Let me see here. Who paid me? Holy crap. Trump sent me a check. You got to wake up with a little optimism. If any, the stimulus gives a little optimism. I've already said I didn't expect it. I don't trust it. I'm going to buy some government cheese with it. Optimism is a good thing. It is a good thing. They bought me some optimism this morning. Can I say that? I even called a man up and said, hey, you know that money I owe you? I'm going to pay you today because Trump paid me. That's what I told him. I texted him. Right when I saw that, I was like, well, damn, I can pay that dude off. He won't smash my fingers later. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay the people that'll smash your fingers. If I didn't learn anything from Ozark, I learned don't owe nobody, nothing that'll smash your fingers. I got a dude that wants to smash my fingers. I got to pay his ass off. That's a joke, by the way. Thanks, Trump, for paying my mobster loan sharks off. So, my son bought fishing tackle and poles. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna lie. I did look on Amazon this morning. I did look on some Amazon. I ain't even gonna lie. Come on. It's optimism. It's an optimistic thing. I said this at the beginning, but I feel like I have to reinstate this. My provision does not come by the work of my hands. I want you guys to understand that. I never have to worry about what I'm going to eat, where I'm going to sleep, how my children are going to be taken care of. I don't. It doesn't even, sometimes every once in a while it creeps in, and then I take that thought, I take it captive, and it doesn't bother me. People that I've worked for, a lot of men that I've worked for in this time have called me up. I've talked to a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of people I shouldn't be talking to. Like, there's a lot of men of my past that have reached out to me just to say, hey, how are you doing? Man, I'm doing great, bro. I got this online thing going, got a little studio at the house where I got a little television show going every day, and life is good. I stay optimistic because of it. But when you wake up and you're like, baby, where's the coffee at? By the way, my wife brings me coffee in bed every morning. And I still ask, how stupid is that? She'll get out of bed. She'll be walking this is a true story. This is how selfish Dad with the phone is. Baby, are you going to make coffee? Of course she's going to make coffee. She makes coffee every morning. Some mornings I wake up and baby, are you going to make coffee? Like a little bitty kid. Then I looked at my phone. I was like, oh, I need to be a little bit more optimistic. Oh, it's a good day. It's a good day, right? Hey, if you're in a position right now and you're like, damn it, I haven't got my optimism check. If you haven't got your optimism check, all I can say is, did you file taxes? Because they said you had to file taxes. People tell me all the time. People have said this. There are Facebook pages that are like, I don't think Dad with the phone files taxes. Bitch, if I didn't file taxes, you don't think they're going to send me an optimism check? I got an optimism check. So did you file taxes is what they're saying. And then what else did I read this morning? You might get 8 million. Dude, if you get 8 million, call me. All right. If you get 8 million in your account, you can clean your money through Dad with the phone. Hashtag Ozark. You just call me. I'll have you deposit it into my Facebook as a one-time gift. We'll minus the fee, minus 10%, and then I can send it back to you to a different account. If you get 8 million in your account, I'll be your Marty, okay? I'll be your Marty. I'm just saying. I'll throw myself out there. Come on, you guys are having fun this morning. Shoot, I get 8 million. I'm going ghost. That's what I'm saying, Bonnie. There is a non-filer option. Oh, I didn't know that. We did William Canyon last week. If I get 8 million, I'm bugging out. Pamela, bug out with you. Bring the Daltons. Shit. Come on, bring the Daltons. If you're going to bug out, at least you're bugging out with the Daltons. My wife makes good nachos. I'm just saying. You like that optimism check. I like a good optimism check. I got my optimism check this morning, and you know what? I'm a little bit more optimistic. Not because of the that's the funny because of the money. It's because the government actually did something. However they did it, whoever they pushed, however they pressed. I wish it would have been a real, like, I wish they would have really divided all that money. I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that if they would have, you know how they $3 trillion stimulus package or whatever it was, $2 trillion stimulus package. I heard that if they had actually divided that amongst every American woman, every man, woman, and child, every man, woman, and child would have got like $6,000. A family of 5, it would have been close to like 35 grand. They would have sent me optimism check. I would have woke up with a $35,000 optimist check in the bank. That'd have been pretty freaking cool. I ain't gonna lie. I probably would have got a new bass boat. Nikki would have definitely got a new car. Nikki might still get a new car. She might still get a new car. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Had they really sent out optimism checks, they should have gave us the money instead of giving. I heard that like if you fell into a one of them brackets, that the kind of bracket like I don't know if it's a billionaire bracket or a millionaire bracket, that you might have got an optimist check for like $1 million. Some rich people got $1 million check. Hey, I look at it like this, man. Like that little parable I said at the beginning of this show. If the master gives you much or gives you little, take care of it. What are you going to do with your optimism check today? If you didn't get your optimism check today, maybe it'll be in the mail tomorrow. If it's in the mail, it's on its way. I like this one too because I can address some things. Like people have literally said on Facebook, they have Facebook pages. If you go to people have sent me screenshots and I don't even look at these pages. So I haven't seen this. I've only seen screenshots. People have said, Michael, dad with the phone doesn't pay taxes. Bitch, I got my tax check. So that just feels good to say. Like for me personally, like, my optimism check came because I don't give a shit about my money. I really don't. I give the government all their due. State government, federal government. And they sent me an optimism check today because I filed my taxes. Bitches. So anyway, I'm not talking to you followers that are watching. I'm talking to the haters. I'm giving them the hater wink. I'm like, hope you get your optimism check. My boy, I can't wait. So I got a boy that's got 10 kids. Dude, think about that optimism check for 10 kids. He has 10 kids. He's about to get $500 for every kid is what I figured out that they gave. And I was like, damn, dude, I should have had 3 more Ellis. I would, not because of that, because I know my provision's taken care of, right? Like I would have, if all it was to, I should have had 3 more Ellis. Jeez. Can you imagine having 10 kids? Trump's like, Hey, send him an optimism check. I think that's the new name for it. I don't think it's a stimulus. I think it's optimism. And that's a good thing. If you don't have hope, we call it hope in like the religious world. If you don't have hope, life sucks. And a little bit of money in your bank account doesn't bring hope. It might bring some optimism. It doesn't necessarily bring hope. So you have to look at things other than, you got to look at other things other than money as hope, whether it be your family, whether you're looking at your kids. Take this time when you're stuck in your, you know what's cool? You know what's fun? I stopped seeing the jokes about, oh, my kids have been home for 2 weeks. I haven't seen those me's where parents are like, me killing my kids. Now I have seen the ones where the husband are like, if you have two options, A, to spend the quarantine at home with your wife, or B, and then the men are like, B, whatever it is, B, right? I've seen those, but I stopped seeing the children thing because I think all of a sudden people's eyes were open. I think if anything this has done is open their eyes to their families. And for me, I talk to my neighbors, I talk to my friends. As far as family life, there are things like we do a lot of trips. My family and I do a lot of trips, whether it be to the zoo or to the museums, because we homeschool. And so there's some of those things that we have really missed. But as far as being home with my family, I mean, I've been home a little bit more than I would normally be home because I haven't worked, but I'm at home with my family a lot. And so although my eyes have been open to it even more, a lot of you, your eyes have been open to your families like never before. And that's a good thing. That's a real good thing for us because family's important. Those of you that are alone, your eyes been open to family. And so those of you that are solitude, that are people who are introverts, people who are like, I'm a hermit anyway. Your eyes have been open to family. Your eyes have been open to friends. Your eyes have been open to flesh and blood around you that has been taken out of your circle because of this quarantine. And you're saying, it's got me stir crazy. I thought I was a hermit. And this is a good thing. This is a real good thing. I like it. I like it. So, hey, if you didn't get your optimism check, maybe it's coming, maybe it's not. I don't know. Stay optimistic. Stay hopeful. Open your eyes to the things around you that are happening right in front of you. And could be a good thing. Hey, my name's Michael. They call me Dad with a Phone. If you just tuned in and you just caught the end of this, you can find more of me at the links below. The one that you really want to pay attention to if you've been following for a while is my TikTok account right here. I got put in TikTok prison and they took my Dad with the Phone TikTok away from me. I'm trying to get it back. They don't like you talking about true crime on TikTok. And so they put me in prison, but I have a new TikTok account called The Real Dad with the Phone. So you can go check that out there, right at that link, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. At the bottom of the screen, that's my optimism bucket. There you go. If you like watching Dad with the Phone, if you're entertained, if you laughed a little bit, if you would rather watch me than the Tiger King and you want to put a little money in my bucket, that's my optimism bucket down at the bottom of the screen. And so if you you don't even have to have a PayPal account. You can go straight there and it will take you to a little screen where you can put some optimism in the bucket. You guys have a good day. My name's Michael. Like, subscribe. Remember to go over and like those other YouTube channels I mentioned. We'll talk to you later.